Tonight, the playoffs begin. In the number 1 seed, Coach David brings back the returning champions, the Naggarond's Chosen, on a mission to reclaim their title. And his challenger, Coach Dylan, rising from the minors with the Cleansing Light Knights to throw his hat in the ring at the 4th seed. Will David advance to the finals seeking a back-to-back championship, or will Dylan make his first push to the finals? Find out tonight on Sunday Night Blood Bowl.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Blood Bowl. Sorry this took so long, but Adam, no,
Can I explain?
Don't worry, I'll explain it. Yeah, so first Adam had a paper due on Sunday at noon, and we wanted to get the video done with me and Eiley playing our game because David was on vacation for a week and he couldn't record, so we changed plan to do that. David's
I was in Mexico.
He was in Mexico. Then we were unable to record that night because Eiley forgot her power cord for her computer, and then we found out yesterday that Adam's internet wasn't working, and then today
Well,
Geek
no,
Squad...
before that,
Yeah, we found
I
out
had to
before.
move home,
Yes.
which took until 11:30 p.m., which meant that we couldn't get the game going that night. And then today we figured out why I couldn't get my internet working, which is because when they came to set up internet, they instead put a cable box in my room. Which, for any of you who have any understanding of how computers and television work at all, the average cable box does not include internet capabilities.
Anyway, yeah.
Adam, we're recording.
Adam's angry. It's okay. So now
More than a little.
we have changed the plans. This video is not coming out on Sunday for those reasons. We will have the other game up Sunday. We have plans for that. But anyway, tonight's game is the Naggarond's Chosen, headed by David, and in the number 1 slot, and Dylan, the Expert Gamer, in the number 4 slot with the Cleansing Light Knights. I can see they've already got their stuff set up. Go ahead and do the kick whenever you're ready, guys. But how are you feeling about this one?
It's gonna be a rematch worth watching. I'm definitely coming back at this with my...
Oh, go ahead.
That was it.
Oh, he did. He did.
Oh, pretty good. Brought an extra blitzer for this.
Yeah.
Nice.
So both of you hit same team value, and yeah, I mean, my predictions is just this will be interesting for now. So we're gonna head up to the box and see how things go. Let's go, Eiley.
Good luck, have fun, everyone.
GLA Jeff.
All right. So my actual predictions is that I think this one leans in the favor of David, just with how well he's been doing this season.
Oh boy. That's a knockdown. That's an armor break.
Oh, that's a KO.
Starting real strong here.
All right. So you know what I said like 2 seconds ago?
Yeah. Also, it's sweltering heat.
Yes, sweltering heat will change things immensely. I know you and I had sweltering heat for our game, and we kept like it was a huge pain. I think we both lost like roughly an even number of players each time. It's just I lost Quasimodo to that. So
yeah,
like Quasimodo was off the pitch a lot. I didn't have the speed for it. So I think what's going to be a big determining factor about how this game shapes up is first of all, do they roll the change in the weather? Because if they roll a weather change, most of the time it becomes nice weather. But also, if they do not roll a change in the weather, who's going to benefit the most from this sweltering heat? Because it really is one of those. Things. Now, if you don't know, sweltering heat, you roll a d6 for every player on the pitch when the drive ends, and if it's on a 1, that player collapses from playing, and they're off the pitch for the next kickoff. Honestly, I don't think sweltering heat's going to be too bad for either of these teams because they have backups. Reaper's got 2, Dylan's got 3 backups, and overall, I think that the heat itself isn't going to be the biggest factor. I think at this point, each of them should just assume that they're going to lose 1 player at the end of the drive. Based on how many players they have, you would think they'd probably lose 2, but I think it's only for every player on the pitch, so that lowers the odds a little bit.
definitely. Also, really strong start from humans this game.
Yes, this
like
is a
very strong.
Mm-hmm.
What? No blitz? Okay.
Yeah, no blitz. I would have recommended having Edwin Fleisch or Barnabas throw a quick blitz because they can blitz and run back to their position. I like the positioning. I just think he could have done more to be aggressive with his blocking. Because, and we've had this conversation a few times leading up to this game, the situation that these two are in, it's very much, with how versatile humans are, sometimes Dylan's had to do screening this season against a lot of our stronger teams, but this is one of the games where he's got to play pretty bashy in order to keep up with the Dark Elves, because what he needs is to get a lot of them out of here.
Yeah.
And so far, he already has taken one out, but I'd argue it's probably one of the least valuable players on David's team.
Yeah, I mean, Fear Caller is the distraction Carnifex of Blood Bowl, right? Like, you don't...
Mm-hmm.
You're not... Like, the teams that are worried about him hate him.
The teams
You've
that
got
aren't
8
worried
armor,
about
you're
him don't
probably
care.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, he's another lineman.
Yeah,
with a
this
blitz.
is an 8 armor team, so it's kind of a lineman. Fear Caller's place of being a threat usually comes during the games against the Goblins and the Halflings. And maybe a little against the Amazons, but not too much. I'd say overall, probably not a huge threat to the humans. So Reaper's basically lost a lineman with Shadow.
Yeah, I mean, and the other interesting thing here is that with no blitz, Reaper didn't actually do a lot. Like, he's pushed up, but that's actually it. Like, this is still maneuverable for the... Like, he's waiting for the humans to still make the first move.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, the way that Reaper has positioned himself now, there are no players back line to cover for him, which means that if Dylan breaks an opening loose in the line, he could very easily get the ball moving downfield, and I think that might be the play that he is looking for right now. It looks like he's setting up Manfred in a...
Just to block the backside.
Yeah.
Because he's not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. I think what he needs to do, the biggest gap I think that he could exploit is by Ridar and Cadlil, the two, the level 3 lineman and level 3 blitzer, just slightly to the right side of David's pitch.
Yeah, I was going to say that, and also Barnabas is sitting with somebody in his tackle zone right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Barnabas does have Ridar and Talon in the sitting in the tackle zone. If Maximilian pushes up, or if Duke Volt pushes up, they can just cover a little bit. But it looks like Duke Volt's gonna make a one die.
All right.
Not the most advisable blitz to be making in this situation. And I do think a follow would have been...
No, you've got a frenzy.
Yeah, you're right. The frenzy would have made that a little rough.
And you need these because the blitzers are what's gonna like really make this game.
Mm-hmm. The blitzers on both sides, I think, because as much as the Witch Elf frenzy is really good for dealing with a lot of things, it can also pull you into a really bad spot. And the human team is going to have to play this much bashier, which means they're going to be more tightly condensed. So that frenzy is going to pull you into places that you probably don't want to be.
This is interesting. I think
looks
he's
like
trying to set up
for frenzy.
Yeah, he's setting
on
for
Reefin.
You need to get... Oh, no! You need to get... Alright, well, I mean, I think that's fine. I probably would have moved...
Well, no, this is actually really bad for him, because now Barnabas is going to get 2-died from somebody.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm saying, like, actually taking the block there, I think is fine.
Taking the block there was a good play. The problem was that he let himself take a 1-die. 1-dies lose games.
Yes. You needed to put Maximilian in front of these 3 guys just to spend a block.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of leaving the ball wide open. Like,
Well,
this open cage isn't doing anything.
Yeah, the open cage really isn't doing anything, but also now David needs to use his blitz in order to actually get anywhere significantly close to the ball, because there, as much as the 4 agility does let you dodge in some crazy ways, there's nothing to give him a 2-die on these dodges when everywhere he could block leads to a new tackle zone. So These all are, like, every dodge that's anywhere close to the ball carrier is a 3-up. And it's not ideal to let your opponent have a situation where all the dodges are 3-ups, but it's better than what it could be. And now it looks like Reaper, I think he might be making a slight mistake moving into a position like that, but he is going to get this blitz onto Maximilian that will determine whether or not this pays off for him, and it looks like this is exactly what he needed.
Oh boy. Ow.
And we're going to see a stun. And now we can get a we're going to start seeing some elves on the ball carrier.
Not that it actually means a whole lot right now.
True. Aedra does have Nerves of Steel, so he can make a pretty easy pass, but his best catchers are tied up, and none of them have Nerves of Steel, which means that they actually need to get out if Dylan wants to
Oh,
pass.
you failed the dodge on that too.
A 2-up dodge. That is one of the worst
Amazing.
things you could reroll.
Do they not naturally have dodge? Oh wait, no, they don't.
No,
Okay.
they don't.
Oh no, they do, but the tackle skill.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Tackle's gonna make them spend that.
Silly me. How silly of me.
So if you're
Alright.
Duke Volts,
If you're Duke Volts, it's now your job to get Talon off your ball carrier, frankly.
yeah,
I think
absolutely.
he is the best person to do it because of A, his tackle, and B, his mighty blow. He's the one who's most likely to make an impact. So you just step Edwin Fleisch a little out of the
Yup.
way, maybe. 3, 4, 5. That's a 6.
No, he's just gonna go for it.
Yeah, he doesn't need to worry about that. At this point, you take the push. You don't re-roll on that.
Yeah.
Just get him out of the way. Maybe take. You probably. I think now what you want to do is have. Ooh, this is bad, because Ridar is still giving. The only person. There's no one immediately next to him with a 2-die block. Because Baldric has to take a 1-die because he has support from Barnabas, but he also is being covered by Ridar. And Aemond would be taking 2 red. So it looks like he's just going to give himself as favorable of a block as he can here.
There
And
you
there's
go.
no dodge on
You
your
better
rear.
stay right there.
Yeah, you don't follow that.
Jeez.
Good KO. We're actually starting to see some very dwarf-like play coming out of Dylan and the Cleansing Light Knights.
I mean, that's exactly how you play them in this matchup, right? Like the elves have to come to you because they like to swarm you. They like to swarm your defense, and then you can just start throwing. You can just start throwing free blocks because they have to tie your tackle zones, or else they're not putting in pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they don't have to, because what they can do is they can try to wait for you to move the ball. But if they just play around your defense, at some point they have to collapse.
Yeah.
And this is the right time to collapse, but you're just saying that the humans are just able to throw a couple punches.
Yeah, now the ball's going to actually have to be moved because we have, I think it's Andith. No, that's Avenira. Avenira, the Witch Elf on the right wing, very easily could make a blitz onto Aedrid, so he's going to have to do something with this ball. And
Oh my
it
lord,
looks
he
like he's going to
Fail the
try...
handoff.
That wasn't a handoff. He was trying to make a pass all the way out to Edwin Fleisch on the side of the pitch. He had the pass skill, so that was 2 4-ups, which meant that was 2 50-50 shots, and he rolled a 1 both times.
Jeez.
And
Also, this ball, because that first block didn't work, this ball is now so much harder to get.
mhm.
There is not an easy way to get this. This is actually exactly what the human team wants you to. They want you to group them up. Like, this is not. I know what Reaper's trying to do. They want to be grouped up right now. They
Yeah.
want to plug up the works, because anytime that happens, they're gonna win that fight every time.
Yeah, as much as the Dark Elves
plus.
might be a slightly brawlier team compared to other elf teams, they don't have that advantage against humans. At least not Dylan's human team, because Dylan's human team, if you're looking over all of the skills, he's picked up block on just about every player he has, And if they're Blitzer and they already have it, then they've got Mighty Blow. So Dylan is going to be able to outlast David in the long game.
I mean, and David's also acknowledged this already, that Dylan has the scariest level team in the league. Like, if you want to look at what a human team at this team value looks like, granted, like, the team values are grotesquely inflated, but that's what this is what you would want it to look like. I mean, this team is leveled the most competitively out of anybody in the league.
Right. A lot of us have been picking up skills based upon things we want to do that are either interesting or in some cases just outright funny. I know your Rat Ogre used to have Break Tackle, and I think I almost had Break Tackle on one of my big guys too, or I have Break Tackle on one of my big guys, because we like to do plays like that.
Ooh, Jekyll. Yeah, and then Dylan's idea of what he wants to be doing is just hysterical, in that it's actually the other thing that you just normally do. And are we surprised here? No.
Well, we're not exactly surprised here, but Dylan can cover this pretty easily. Manfred is not in any tackle zones, which means that now this Witch Elf has to go cover that, and she's going to have to use the dodge skill. Or no, she's just stopping to cover this, which means Manfred's open to cover, and Geraint can go and make this 2-die block onto Avenira, which she has dodge, which is going to be a problem.
I was about to say, yeah, you can just put 2 people on this and that'll be it.
You can definitely put 2 people on it. The problem, though, is that if you don't set things up correctly for potential failure, this is a 2-up for Reaper to score. So, even though the works may look clogged up, and they may be in this might be a scenario where it looks like a brawl-heavy team would be doing really well. In another sense...
Oh, he failed the going for it!
I think in that case, you just take the side swing. You don't need to push her straight back.
Oh! That had no reason to happen.
I know what Dylan was going for. If you take that angle, you can push... he'd be able to push Avenir straight back. But if you take that side angle and push her back on a slight angle, that still gets you what you're going for. So pushing her straight back was not entirely the necessary play to do. And now it looks like Reaper... I don't know if David's trying to free up more players to try and get a blitz onto...
He's going for Pain.
That was my assumption, was that he was going for Pain, but...
He doesn't normally do that.
David doesn't do going for Pain very often, but also Dylan has already taken 2 players off the pitch, and they may not come back. Neither player was able to, or neither coach was able to get inducements. So as a result, there is a chance that David will not be keeping all of these players on the pitch.
That's true. I mean, considering how many ones he rolls. Both the knocked out players
are going to wake up, so...
Let's see who's knocked out.
Looks like we're going to lose Barnabas, Theodric, and that's going to be the only one off the pitch.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, basically what's happened here is Dylan has... David has traded 4 turns for a touchdown, and that looks like... The top might... Is he coming out?
I don't think you put it... I mean, this is where the top shines, right? Isn't a match like Elves, but the issue is that Bonehead just burns you so hard. He might just put another block person there for resiliency.
Yeah, I think the play is to keep the block player and not bring in the top, because when you bring in the top, he might be able to make really high impact blocks. But the problem with bringing him in is if that Bonehead... That's a blitz for David. That is very, very rough. Not only is he going to be able to make an early hit onto Dylan's line and possibly pick out a target to remove, but this also means that he can set up his line once again, now knowing what he's dealing with, so he can try to get rid of the 2-die blocks in the center of the pitch.
Yeah.
And it looks like
I mean, in this case,
choosing...
I think he's just gonna flunge to the left side and just start throwing, because he's got no reason to cover a back line right now. There's really no reason to do that. Yeah, he's just gonna hit one of these blitzers and try to take him out of the game.
Yeah, and he might. Absolutely what you do here. There's gonna be an armor break, and that's a KO onto Edwin.
That's actually... Why that blitzer?
Why that blitzer?
Why not the one with the tackle?
Well, I think just because he likes that. I think he just likes that lane more.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But like, you're an elf team. Like the lanes don't matter because
there. Yeah.
Yeah, like the lanes are always there. So I think that in this, I hesitate to call that a misplay because I mean it's free, but I think you probably could have got more value out of that by trying to go after. I mean, I guess there's also the argument of like, where's the going for it line? Oh no, no. If he got to there after the blitz, he absolutely.
Yeah, he could have. He had the movement to do it. I think he.
Ball is in the end zone.
Yeah, which means so. I am always against picking the ball up immediately. I think Dylan has to here, just to make sure.
Wow.
That's just gonna be a touchdown for David.
That's actually just a touchdown.
That's just a Dark Elf touchdown. There is nothing that Dylan can do about this.
You can't even play around that. Like, you have to pick up the ball.
Yeah, this is just maybe you take a blitz against Aedrid and try to send him off the pitch. Looks like he's gonna try to get rid of Duke Volts. And just gonna be a knockdown. Dylan is probably the unluckiest coach in this entire league.
Yeah, it's
just the number of times I've told him you could have done something about it is fairly high, because there are times he could have. He can't do anything about this.
Yeah,
there just is nothing you can do about this.
He's playing for pain. This is that's new.
This is new. This is the Dylan. David's making the kind of plays he would yell at me for making.
Yes, you would.
If this was me and David playing right now, he'd be furious at me for playing for pain like this.
Well, I mean, like the thing, like I think this because he doesn't do this to everybody. Like he never yells at me about this.
Oh no, he hates when I do this.
because your team has two big guys, so playing for pain entails somebody dies.
Well, that's his fault for not having a big guy.
Get good, Dark Elves.
Yeah, get good, Dark Elves. Where's the super tall, skinny elf with a bow and arrow? Can we see that as a secret weapon?
Just a bow.
Just a bow.
You know, I have to question the definition of secret that we use. Like,
I believe
it's not that secret when a death roller rolls into play. Is he gonna actually? Yeah, he's just gonna go for it.
He's just gonna go for it, and that really is what you do. Yep. 4 agility is very broken.
That was actually just dumb.
That was. Welcome to
welcome to
Sunday Night Blood Bowl, folks.
Yes, is because of when this happened, there's still a chance to tie this up.
Yeah.
Like, Dylan is not out. Hey, his blitzer's back to you. Like, Dylan's not out of this by any means.
No, Dylan is definitely not out of this, but this does put him in a very bad spot to get back from it. And it looks like... there's... Fear Caller and Ridar. Ridar being out is actually fairly significant, because that is... Now there are only 2 block players on David's side of the pitch. Usually he has 3, but with Ridar down...
No, there's... On David's side, there's 5.
5? Oh, right, the blitzers start with it. My bad.
The blitzers start with it, and then Andith has it, and Betis has it, because
I know,
what's better than a catcher with Blodge?
Yeah, I knew about Banis, I knew about Andith, I forgot that the blitzers start with it. So, this is a pretty... I can't say that's bad for David, because he still is starting a full 11.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, like, this doesn't actually change anything.
Not really. The only difference is that he loses a Blodge player, and that itself is pretty significant, but he has enough players with dodge and enough with block that he's probably okay. And there's
here
the
we go.
quick snap. That's good for Dylan.
This is exactly what you need to get back into this game.
Mm-hmm.
And please move the blitzers up. Come on. Put the blitzers in the tackles up. Yes.
There we go. I think we're about to see Dylan start to take some initiative, because right now what we've seen so far this game is that Dylan has been playing a little bit too passively to deal with the Dark Elf team. He's been trying. I know we talked about when you're playing almost dwarf-like to deal with a team like this, you do want to force your opponent to try to do things, but given that David knows his way around a mosh pit, like enough that he can arrange himself to get a few easy 2-dies, you can't afford the risk of the ball coming loose in a scenario where your opponent can easily get to it. So I think Dylan needs to start stepping it up, press W, get in this fight, make it happen on your terms, and that is going to make all the difference in whether or not this goes well.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I was laughing because even when the ball lands in your hands, you apparently still can't catch it.
Yeah.
This guy just has butterfingers.
I don't know what to tell him.
He's not pressing W notably. He's gonna turtle up for a turn, which I think is fine, because if you press W into this, they just get in your back line and they fuck you over.
Well, so when I say press W, I do mean press forward, but I also mean, like, if you make some key blocks along the front line, you get yourself maybe a space of one space of free room. Everywhere where an elf is on the floor. Oh god.
Finally.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter that there's dodge. That's
so,
actually right where you want to push him to.
So everywhere that you knock an elf on the floor, you get everyone that far forward. Because if he has to waste a turn standing up, that's a turn he's spending getting into a spot where you can punch him in the face.
Yes. Oh, we're gonna see some frenzy fun now.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, here we go. Sidestep. Oh, you better play this. You better play this right, Reaper. If you mess this up, you are so done.
There are 2 spots that he can put this in that will force Dylan into a 2-die. And that's one of them.
This is one of those. It doesn't matter. That does not matter.
Not gonna do anything.
Both of these options are bad. And
that was actually pretty bad for Dylan too. He didn't really get the progress he needed out of those blocks.
High five.
High five. So the human team, notably, very scattered right now.
Yeah. It's also on one of these linemen to score. None of the catchers are gonna get get to a position to score in time.
Definitely
Actually,
not.
Can the linemen even? Yes, they can. With
yeah,
2 going, with like 3 going for it, I think.
So if we assume that he can get his front lineman as far as possible both turns, that will make it without going for it. But Dylan needs to be aware that he is under a heavy time constraint to make something happen in this first half. Because another notable thing about this is that David's going to get the ball.
Yeah.
Start a second half, that is David's ball. So Dylan needs to capitalize on whatever opportunities he can make. And unfortunately, he's a human team playing against Dark Elves. It's kind of the team that is meant to play around the opponent versus the team that does not care if you're trying to play around them.
Basically.
Like, the best way I can describe playing against a Dark Elf team is like playing against, in a card game, it's like an aggro team, or an aggro deck. Like, whether you win the game or you lose the game, that's going to be decided almost immediately.
Yeah.
Like, the result of every drive decided probably within the first 2 turns of it. You need to either go all in and out-aggro them, or you need to shut them down quick. And unfortunately, moving quick and stopping plays like that, while possible for the human team, is not something that Dylan's been able to harness, and not something that I think is within his skill set as a coach.
Yeah, David is winning games off of skill as a coach, I mean, and you have
Well,
to. when you're
also
playing
off
Dark
of
Elves.
like the previous kick and blitz. I mean, we
Well,
can't
right.
we can't we can't
Well,
really
no, I'm
put
saying
that in.
winning games plural, not.
Yes, winning games themselves has been off of the way he's able to handle situations as a coach.
You moved the ball carrier first. It's. Oh, you're not scoring this drive.
No, he's
Anymore.
he's turtling up far too much.
I mean, I don't think you can actually move the ball carrier anyway. Like, I think he's given up this drive instead of going to make it as hard as possible for David to actually make any progress on his team.
Yeah, I think his goal right now is to prevent David from scoring again, and he's setting up in a very it's okay. This looks like
this
a
is
dwarf.
asking to get hurt.
This looks like a dwarf setup, and it is definitely asking to get hurt. But he is going
You
to
better
get.
stay right the hell. There you go.
Yeah, you stay there. So he is going to get punched in. He is going to get punched in the teeth. We know this.
Oh
for a
yes,
fact.
it's just going to be miserable to do it.
Yeah, this is all gonna be very hard for David to do. He's got the rerolls that he can take risks. All right.
It's always in these last 3 turns where like Dylan is just like, fuck it, I'm gonna take every 1-9. He profits every time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even blitz here.
See, I think
just stay put.
I think the way that Dylan plays the last few turns of a half is the way he should start a half.
I mean, this is only. I mean, he's been playing it the same way. He's just. He still can't score.
Well, most likely.
Oh, yes, you can.
No, he's within touchdown range. It's whether or not. So David has to do something to address the potential, which means get in there and stop the ball carrier, or stop the guy waiting for it. And it looks like he's gonna stop the ball carrier.
Or he's gonna go He's gonna go around it. He's taking a roundabout way of doing this, which is not. Or maybe he's not even gonna try to attack the ball carrier. He's just gonna put people in there because you can't get into this ball.
He can.
I mean, you have a
Beth Lane.
no, you do have a blitz. Yeah.
He still has this blitz. Beth Lane can make it. He just has to cover up some of the tackle zones, and if he just gets that, knockdown, most likely he's good. However, if the ball drops anywhere that Aedrid,
wait, it's still a 1-9.
That's because of Duke Volts and Jekyll. They're not covered by anybody.
Well, also, Amond and Manfred are covering Talon and Glornain.
Mm-hmm.
So if he goes into this, it's a 2 red die. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And he's going to fail.
Oh, Dodge is going to fail, so he's not going to get the blitz onto Edwin. But Edwin's the only one in scoring range.
The ball. Just huck the thing.
Edwin. No, if he passes to Edwin, that's going to be an unbelievable roll. So
it's 2 6-ups. Straight up.
2 6-ups. That's easy. Easy stuff.
Yeah. That's easy stuff, man. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
I can hear David saying that right now because David takes 6-up passes and flawlessly makes them.
I know, it aggravates me so much.
So how bad is this dog? I mean, like so the thing is that if you
if he gets you have to re-roll that. He's gonna get he's got the handoff.
Now how are you gonna pass this?
You send I think you send Duke Volts on a blitz to try and make it a little easier for Edwin Fleisch to get the catch.
Probably
is not ideal, but it is what you have to do.
I mean, it's a 1 die, and you've.
Yeah, but also, okay, so Edwin, agility 3. If he dodges towards the end zone, he will step into 1 tackle zone. That will make it a 5-up.
Right, but you can't move and then throw and then move him again.
Yeah, no, you cannot move, then throw, then move. What Dylan really needs is to get Beth Lane at least a little bit out of the way.
That's a different blitz target, but it's a blitz.
You
know what? Take her out of the game. Do it. You won't.
Yeah, take her out of the game.
Darn it. Oh my gosh! Piling on.
I was wondering what was taking so long. On my end, it hadn't loaded everything. All right. No armor right there,
I
sadly.
wish that I want piling on to like just once do something really gross.
That would be great. So it looks like
There you go. There's the both down. That's what you need.
take the both down.
Boom!
Ooh. No
Badly
long-term
hurt.
effects.
Okay.
That's good. But
That's
this
1 off the pitch.
1 elf off the pitch.
It's not like the weather's
11
changing
more to
anytime soon
go.
either.
Yeah, weather's not changing anytime soon. So any impact he makes
You
on this team
have-
before the half.
You have to pass this ball now. Like, there's no other option. You have to move
Mm-hmm.
now. Oh my gosh. What are you doing?
He's just
He
defending.
didn't see the line.
Okay.
Okay, he didn't see the line.
No, that's.
Oh wait, no, no,
no,
'cause if
that's
he
fine.
passes
If
it-
he passes
Yeah, I
and
was
he
gonna say, if
fails
he
it,
passes
then
it,
the ball gets to Banished, and that's in the end zone.
Yeah.
So I think just protecting the ball and making it so David cannot score again. Did I almost call him
Nice.
Dilly?
I think so.
I almost called David Dilly, which is weird.
Dilly bar.
That's
Hashtag
even
not
weirder
sponsored.
because you'd think that's what I would say to Dylan.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Anyway, there's going to be a knockdown onto Edwin. So
That is
yeah.
Barnabas.
Oh,
That's
that's
gonna be
the
more
wrong
than a
side.
knockdown. That's going to be a
A
smash.
stun. That's a stun.
Yeah.
So not too bad. But we do have our first injury of the game, so that's going to be probably fairly significant moving forward, given that there is the regular risk of losing 1 or 2 players each drive.
Yeah, this is also extra spiteful because that player had 15 SPPs. They're not leveling up.
Not this game.
Not this season.
Oh, no.
I mean,
maybe
they
next
still
game.
can, but like, it's not going to be relevant for the last match, and that's when you really want that.
Yeah, that's true. So looks like
Yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what you get, David.
he just wants to get Duke Volts off the pitch.
Yeah, Duke Bolts is the bane of
Duke.
many teams' existence. He's a bane of half the because half the league is like dodge.team.
Yeah, there's a lot of dodge in our team, which is resulting in a lot of tackle.
It's kind
So-
of nuts.
Yeah, all the agility teams are going for dodge. All the bashy teams are getting mad going for tackle.
That's just it.
That's just it. So let's head on down to the pitch and see how the coaches are feeling about this.
Yeah.
All right, how are you guys feeling so far? 2-0 at the halftime for the Naggarond's Chosen.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel bad.
Yeah, we all feel really bad about that second kickoff. There's
was
there's
really
just
dumb.
no way around that.
No comment.
Oh.
So
Oh!
Dark Elves are not fielding a full team.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay, so
There are 7 players off the pitch.
all right.
Um,
Well, it's
yeah.
7-11 on the pitch right now. I'm gonna get a Slurpee and head on up to the booth and wish both of you the best of luck.
Wait, before you go, Irir, the new Blitzer, has just been fucking rocking.
Yes.
Yeah, the new Blitzer has been very helpful. All right, we're gonna head on up to the pitch. We wish you both head on up to the booth. We wish you both the best of luck in the coming turns, and the turns following those coming turns. And we'll
Lord
see you at
knows
the
I'm
end of
gonna
the game.
fucking need it.
Well, you're getting it. See you guys
Well
later.
then.
That was a thing that just happened.
All right, Reaper has lost all right to complain about Nuffle.
Yes, he has. This
He
is
is getting it.
legitimately.
All back in spades.
He has not had to work that hard for this game. Like, not by. Oh, he took the stab onto the big guy. Or
Yeah,
was that the
no.
big guy?
He took the stab onto Baldric. So he's not had to work as hard this game as he had during the season. During the season, we saw a lot of outplays. Right now, he's getting very, very lucky. He's getting a lot of things. It's almost like he's getting all of his luck reimbursed to him.
Yeah, this is kind of obnoxious.
It is, yes. I've had games like this. Like, I remember when Tristan was talking about me getting like 4 extra turns in my match against him because I got like 3 or 4 blitzes and I was playing Kislev, so it was actually very, very disgusting.
Because you
And-
just jump over the line.
Yeah, I won that game 4-0. It's just games like that happen, and it's really unfortunate to see it happen in games like this where we're in a tournament setting.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's also one of those things. A lot of the teams in this build of the game are not created equal, like, for that purpose. Like, I mean, like, Ogres are a meme team in this. But if you play tabletop, especially current edition tabletop, because I don't think this is one edition, but this came out 2015.
Yes.
The starter came out. The starter for the current edition came out 2016. So it's possible this is a previous edition. There are a lot of changes to these teams. Like for the halflings, the halflings have a.
They have a passer.
Yeah, they have a thrower. I don't know if they have a catcher. Oh no, they do have a catcher. They have throwers, catchers, and a blitzer. They have blitzers.
I believe when I looked at the kit, they had passers and they had blitzers. I don't think they had designated catchers.
Right. Because there's like one model with his arm raised in the air with a giant mitt. So I think they might have a catcher. I don't know. It's one of those. And like ogres, the Noblars now no longer have team value assigned to them. So all your team value is in your 6 ogres and the rerolls that you get,
which
very
makes
good. Which makes that team very interesting, considering the best players all have Bonehead.
Yeah, but it does mean that you have I don't think they have Loner.
They do not have Loner.
They don't
on
have
the ogre team.
Yeah, the ogre team they don't have Loner. The ogre on the human team does have Loner.
The ogre everywhere else will have Loner.
Yes,
the big guy everywhere else will have Loner. Oh boy, Bethlane, you better duck.
Bethlane,
that's
you
not
better.
what I said duck, but that's close enough.
Ooh. And I think the top is about to take down Fear Caller. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you still have a
blitz. You're fine.
Yeah, you don't waste your blitz dealing with that guy. But
oh wait, you've got to clear 1 die on the ball.
He's got to clear 2 die.
Oh yes, he does.
Garrett can move in, and now he's got a 2 die blitz with block. This might be Dylan's chance to get back into this ballgame.
Get it, get it, Dylan, get it.
Now, granted, and Deeth does have Blodge step. So
you might re-roll that. You've got 5. Yeah, you're gonna do that.
Okay. It's not gonna get worse. That's okay. That's okay.
As
long as it doesn't get worse, and you stay on this. Good. Okay. So now, what Dylan's going to have to do?
I don't think you do stay on that. You follow, because then you if somebody tries to block you, you've got the benefit from Durant.
Oh, true.
Yeah, you absolutely follow that. But I mean, what's going to happen is Andy's
less
just
significant. Andy's just going to leave, which is why now Manfred needs to cover Banis, because if the ball gets out of there and gets to Banis is gone.
Well, Banis is gone.
Oh, Banis is gone.
Banis is gone.
Well, okay, now it's a 3-up dodge. So it is at least a harder dodge, but it's still not so difficult that David can't manage it. This is probably going to be a fairly easy touchdown for him, as long as he can do something to take care of Edwin Fleisch, because Edwin's the only one who has a chance of catching the ball. Actually, now looking at the
stab.
Actually, so looking at the movement, yeah, that's gonna be out. That's gonna get to Banis. Banis can definitely.
That'd be so funny.
That'd be hilarious.
So funny.
I'd love it. Okay. So
there's also no one to put double cover on to Edwin Fleisch. Edwin can get in there.
So Edwin. First off, Edwin can get in there, as long as. Okay. Well, that was interesting.
You don't care. And you just set up a 2 die.
So now Barnabas has a 2 die onto Umfin. You knock him down. You send. Nice. Okay, so now you can take him down. Oh no, the 2 die is not there because Bethlane is covering that. So just you move.
Yeah, you just move
1 person over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you've got now Jekyll's got the 2 die.
Yeah.
You move in right from the side. You don't spend your movement getting to the front of him. Very important. You don't do
this
that.
is not.
That's okay. No, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, I didn't see the blitz was declared.
Yeah, the blitz. The blitz.
There you go.
Nice reroll. Send him to the side.
Kill Banis.
Ooh.
Look, I like seeing bloodshed. Okay.
And the star player of the Dark Elf team is off the pitch. There are 6 elves on the pitch right now. Okay.
Well, okay, you can't win them all, but I mean, I think that was reasonable.
I mean, you could say it was reasonable. I think he should have just moved around a little bit just to make it a little harder to pick the ball up. I don't think it was necessary to try for the pickup because that was a really good opportunity for Dylan to really lay on the pain. And, you know, when your opponent only has so many players on the pitch, you really want to hammer down or you really want to double down on how many of them you can keep off the pitch when you have this kind of opportunity.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that being said, Dylan doesn't have a very long time to tie the game up and push this to overtime. I think what we're going to end up seeing is a 2-1 game in favor of David, because I think that based on, 1, the way Dylan's team works, 2, the way Dylan's been playing, he's probably not going to be able to score 2 times within this half. He will probably manage 1. I can definitely see him scoring once. I don't think that he has the team. I don't think he has the team or. Ooh, okay, well that's rough.
Yeah, that's annoying. Andy's gonna go pick up the ball. Okay, like, there's no surprises here. Although if literally anybody gets this ball, those catchers are all in touchdown distance. They can.
Yeah.
You just have to actually get the freaking ball.
As long as Dylan gets this ball, this is his touchdown.
That's not a 2-die.
But
that is a 2-die. Why is that a 2-die? You've got support.
No, he does not have support. This is something that took me a little while to figure out. In order for an enemy player to make a block harder for you, they must be adjacent to the person throwing the block.
Ah, okay.
So basically, assists on blocks are
tackle zones on
tackle zones on the opponent.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
oh my gosh.
Was that a blitz? Okay.
No, that was not a blitz. What I wanted it to be.
you don't blitz with the bonehead loner big guy.
I disagree. Blitz with him.
This is why your big guy team is in the minors.
Fuck you, they're both dead.
Well, that's another thing.
Hot Grinder profile met his end in the first game of the minors. The Nurgle monster killed him with piling on.
Yeah, Steve killed him. We're gonna have.
I was like, ha, your guy's injured. Oh no, it wasn't Pila. It was a both down. No, one of them died to a both down. It was a red die both down. I was like, all right, well, whatever. Like you have to take the both down, and then it injures one player with like a stat damage, and it kills the other one.
I swear, literally every time you say well whatever, it results in one of your players getting killed. Literally every time those words come out of your mouth.
Yes.
And there's a badly hurt on Talon. I think at this point you consider the apothecary. But
nah, you're fine. You can still win this game with.
Yeah, I think what David's considering at this point is that the game is basically won for him as long as he doesn't give up 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was exactly what you needed.
He has gotten.
Where'd the ball go? Oh my gosh. Oh jeez.
Yeah. Okay. He's trying to get in the extra pain.
Stun.
That's still good though. That's still very good for him.
Also, yeah, you don't have a 2-die block on this Witch Elf now.
So now you don't have the 2-die block on the Witch Elf, which means Barnabas has to make this 2-die block. He's got
tackle. Hi.
Good. He's got Fear Caller covered, so that will make it harder for the ball to... And the top is covering the ball.
Yes. Do you even move Maximilian? I don't think you do. I think you leave him.
I'd say you keep Maximilian there. I wouldn't even make that 1 die. Well, he has a reroll, so maybe you do, because there's only 1 bad result on that die.
No, it's the dodge that I'm more worried about.
You don't do that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So Fear Caller has to get this ball and has to move it.
Yeah.
So actually.
So Fear Caller has a 2-die if he steps to the left and then steps onto the ball, and the ball pickup is a 3-die, and then he steps off for a 2-die, hands the ball to Andeeth on I think another 2-die, and Andeeth takes it in. Or you just fail the pickup by doing it this way.
And okay.
Yeah. All right. And now Andeeth leaves.
So I think you do move on second thought, you do move Maximilian, it's a 2-up dodge if you try to make Andy do anything. So like, who gives a crap, right? Like, you're just gonna what? Please, please, Reaper, yes.
Wait, he rolled the intercept.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my! Right before the animation started, I glanced at the bottom of the screen and saw the successful intercept. That was off of his. Wait.
That was off of.
That was off of his catch roll. The first roll was a 3, and then he got the 6 for the interception. All he needs to do is knock down Refin, and he's
gonna
gone.
go off the pitch. Refin's gonna go off the pitch.
Oh, that's a frenzy. Yeah, sorry, buddy. Dodge doesn't save you. Dodge doesn't save you from getting surfed. He's gone. Refin's off the pitch.
Go, Reef.
Oh, it's injured. He's injured. Oh my god. I'm so excited right now.
Groin strain. You've got
Dylan?
to use it. What? He rolled
He
dead.
rolled dead. He rolled dead.
He rolled dead.
He rolled dead.
He rolled dead.
He rolled a 64. He rolled dead.
I wanted this to be the power move where he says, like, full Dark Elf flavor. Fuck it. You're weak. Dead. Lower your team value for finals because you've already won.
Yeah.
It's a bad move, but it's hysterical.
A bad move, but hysterical. But here's the thing.
Don't you dare throw that ball. Don't you dare throw that ball. Okay.
All Dylan has to do is keep Gothard safe, and that's a touchdown.
This is the happiest I've ever been about a game of Blood Bowl. That was hysterical.
So happy. That was really funny. I don't think I've laughed this hard since when Sports' Beastman intercepted one of your passes. Back in week 3.
That was amazing.
That was so funny.
You should have heard Sports in the game. That was when we were both like, "Holy shit, this is an amazing."
So, David's
Go,
been given...
Tom! He's cut off one of the lanes. He cut, like, this is the one time that lane matters. Okay, that sucks a little bit, but like, whatever. You shut this down.
It's not loading as fast for me because my internet got a little worse. Just
Okay,
decided to take a
so
dip.
Edwin threw a block and put Beth Lane back one space.
Yeah,
I
just saw that. Okay,
this doesn't.
Cool. Ooh.
Oh please! Oh wait, no, you can't blitz. Okay.
Yeah, he used the blitz. You bring Garrett down to cover Beth Lane. You absolutely bring Garrett down to cover Beth Lane.
Actually, that's another way to do this. It's not amazing, but
it's not like a perfect way to do it, but it's doing the job. The thing is, he really needs to keep that.
Oh my gosh, Stab!
Oh, Stab just worked. Stab just worked.
Wow,
it's just a stun, but like, wow, Stab worked.
That's like the 3rd time that's ever happened. Stab isn't it?
What's hilarious is that's the 3rd time it's happened, but I'm pretty sure he's failed every single stab on the halflings. I don't think he landed any stabs on the halflings, which are his easiest.
Oh my gosh!
Oh!
He's stunned. Go!
Dylan,
go
score! Score
Don't
this
go
right
for
now.
pain.
Don't
You've
go for
already
pain.
done enough.
You've done a lot of
Just
pain.
Go
for it. There's
score,
4 injured Dark Elves.
Go, Dylan! Go score.
David can't field a full team no matter what. Like, no matter what David does, he doesn't get a full
Oh my god.
pitch.
Okay, yeah. No. Tight play. Lock down everybody first, because you should.
Yeah, and
Now
also getting pain would be okay.
Run.
There is a touchdown for the humans, and we have ourselves a game of Blood Bowl. Did you just hear somebody get, like, knocked to the floor in the background?
No.
So, I think I'm pretty sure it just made, like, the rolls for people getting, like, knocked unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And when it does that, it does the whole, like, it treats them as, like, knocked out or something, so it does an animation where they fall to the ground. So at the end of that pitch, all I heard was someone scream in agony and drop to the floor.
Oh, I think that's an auto.
And it's Ridar. Ridar is out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dark Elves on the pitch.
Oh, that's enough to score.
That's enough for the Dark Elves to score.
Please put Duke Volts back in. Come on. We love Duke Volts.
You gotta
Everybody loves Duke Volts.
Yeah, Duke. He's
don't bring out the big guy. Put him back in. Be some carnage.
I think he should keep the big guy, honestly, because it has a chance. Well, okay. So the reason that I didn't think he should have the big guy in earlier was if that bonehead ever fails, now you've lost a tackle zone, and when you've got a team that can handle dodges so easily, those tackle zones get pretty significant. But when you're up on your on the other team like this, against Dark Elves, you can definitely bring in that big guy and try for that free hit.
Yeah, for sure. Wait!
Wait!
No! Dylan can tie this!
Dylan can tie it! That's so good for Dylan!
He can do it!
Oh, and the ball is so far back too. Oh, I just backed up all the way into the pit of red fire behind the field goal, and I didn't know what I was looking at for a second.
No. Yeah, Dark Elves are weird like that.
All right.
Oh, you're gonna fail this.
It's a 2-up.
Oh.
It's a 2-up. He's not gonna fail that. All right. So.
I want him to play a team where he does get
Wait.
punished. What? I want him to play a team
Okay.
where he does get punished for this.
I
He's
mean,
just going for SBB.
I mean, he got punished for it earlier with that interception, and I think at that point we just call it even for like his free touchdown, and this was like that was Dylan's free touchdown.
That wasn't close to even. One of them spent 3 turns getting that. The other one spent 1.
True. But I mean, the Riot gave him a turn back. So the only bad thing about that Riot is that even though this gives Dylan a chance with his slower team, David starts with the ball, and his team is so fast, now this means he can take extra time setting up for that one play. So Dylan, once again, needs to press W into this, and he needs to make all of the blocks that he needs to get in the back line and get this ball back in his possession.
For sure.
I love how I'm saying press W like this is a game of Overwatch.
Press W!
Just press W for it.
Yeah, you're definitely a Reinhardt player.
Oh, how'd you know?
Lucky guess. You know what he plays in 40K? Orcs. That's also a
I do play
entire
Orcs.
army's first turn is literally cast to jump. And
Yeah.
here we go, I think is what it is.
Yeah, first turn is the jump, followed by either here we go or uh-oh, we didn't jump far enough and we have to hide behind something.
I thought for a second you were going to confirm that uh-oh, we didn't jump far enough was an actual stratagem that just lets you do the jump again.
That would be
What?
All right.
That dodge.
All right, Dylan, I see you.
All right.
That was
Let's
a
start throwing some blocks.
good
You
dodge.
can blitz this ball carrier.
You can.
This ball carrier's in danger. Oh, now he's really in danger. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So looks like
This is about to be some carnage.
I think Barnabas is blitzing the ball carrier.
Absolutely. Or
Okay,
no, I
he
think
should be.
it's Duke Bolts.
Somebody's
It's gonna be Duke
blitz it.
Bolts. They're just gonna clear out. They're just gonna clear out the side. That's not the one that you need to block first. You need to block Fear Caller first, because then you can potentially. That was.
Yeah, you wanted to make that blitz with Maximilian.
Oh boy, Oh boy.
Maximilian has a 2-die onto Beth Lane, and then that's the ball.
Yeah. Do you know how many
very
dodge checks
clever.
that is?
1. No. I meant him getting on the ball carrier, but that's still only 1 dodge check. That's still only really 1 dodge
You
check.
needed to follow that. What did you do?
Well, he blitzed.
I mean,
He blitzed.
he blitzed. Yeah. So
He's
he's
doing
he's
smart boy.
onto the ball.
Yes, Dylan, you listened. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Dylan, I'm so proud of you.
He might tie this up.
He might. I want him to. Because
I
last
want
time
him to tie this up because that would be so funny.
if he ties, well, the thing is, if he ties this up, he'll keep the numbers advantage going into the last 8 turns, and that is so much time for him to make that touchdown. He's really pushing David right now.
Yeah, like this is not.
Ooh.
That's still not good for you.
That's still
that
bad for
followed-
David.
Yeah, like
He's
can't-
really got to get one of these. He can still make a 2-die block onto that catcher and still get that knockdown, but like he has nowhere he can dodge safely. Is he just gonna go for it?
no, he's just gonna run to the other side.
Yeah, it's this
2 up,
just
3
a,
up, 3 up. Yeah, that's fine.
just a full
Okay, here we
reposition.
go. Oh, please
Intercept
catch this again.
Intercept again.
Darn it.
Nope, and it looks like Mortran's just gonna be gone down the side of the pitch, but
There's no protection.
There is no protection, so
Barnabas is right there. He can do it. Oh no.
okay, so on one hand, Dylan can get there and get that knockdown, but also the further that David gets this ball up the pitch, the harder it is for Dylan to get this last touchdown, and Dylan's the one that needs to score here.
Yeah, I mean, I think your next turn is just put Airdred on as one tackle zone. You throw a block with Baldrick onto Cadwell just to push him away. Oh my gosh, stab
Oh my
works.
god. All of these stabs are actually working. Duke Volz is KO'd. That's big.
That's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, Baldrick still throws a 2-2 die on the Cadwell, then you blitz with Barnabas. I mean, you have to make going for it because of your frenzy. But you will succeed in it. Or, okay, that just happens too.
Well, yeah.
That
actually doesn't stop anything, though.
No,
That
it's just...
That doesn't really change anything. There's gonna be there's gonna be a block onto Manfred. He's on the ground.
Yeah.
Which doesn't affect the ball situation. The thing is, so Dylan can collapse on this pretty... Oh, actually, Cadwell...
Oh, he's free to collapse now.
Cadwell actually makes it so that Dylan's gonna have to make a going for it in order to get to the ball carrier. So it doesn't make the block harder, but it makes getting there harder.
What? Why would you... Oh, I see.
Okay, he's covering the ball carrier. Or the
thrower.
catcher.
The catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is a good play. So
Yep, stand up your players.
this is just a perfect example of how, like, when you asked me during my game against David if I felt, like, how I felt about whether or not I could win this, my response was, I'm playing Dark Elves. This is what I meant. It's just...
Go, you beautiful
Go,
bastard.
go.
No!
Oh,
You've got to
He's
reroll,
gotta
you're
reroll.
fine.
okay, he makes a success on that. He just needs to knock him down. He's got... No, he doesn't have tackle.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah,
Wait,
Barnabas is not
dodge, it
the-
doesn't matter.
Barnabas is not the tackle player.
And then you can't swing the other one because you're out of move.
I think you have to take the risk to try and get Baldrick over to cover... I think now you bring Edwin to cover... You bring Edwin around to cover Cadwell to try and make it harder for him, and then you gotta bring... Yeah, he had to try for that. He had to
Actually,
do
occupying
everything
that
he
space
could to make
Is
this worse.
weirdly relevant here.
Yeah, kind of.
Like there's actually some benefit to this right now. It's
There-
not just a completely bad situation.
There is. It's very minor, though.
Yeah.
Oh! He failed it!
Failed again, failed again, failed again! Yes!
Oh my god. Dylan, you can do it! Dylan, if you can hear me, which you can't,
Throw
you can
the
do
ball! Throw that ball!
it! Dylan,
Yeah,
it's-
you just yeet the ball. I mean,
Yes.
no, you straight up just yeet the ball down the pitch, right?
Oh yeah, maybe you go for a knockdown on Beth Lane first to make Eamon's catch easier, but yeah, you pick that ball up with Aedrid, you run it back as far as you can, you yeet it to Eamon, and Eamon gets going down the field. This is the last 2 turns, and you have a chance to tie it. You can go to the finals for the first time. He's got the pickup.
He got it.
Go.
Now move down the pitch. Move
Go,
down the
beautiful
pitch.
boy, go.
Go.
Wait, did he just select somebody else?
No, he didn't.
He clicked on somebody. I heard someone...
Oh, he stood somebody up first.
Well, no, he did that earlier. I heard the sound of someone being clicked on.
So you can click on somebody, but until
know.
you make an
I know.
action with them, it doesn't.
But that
cancel.
means he's considering it, and that's what's scaring me.
Please, come on, Dylan,
Come
just
on.
move the ball.
I think he's realizing that he didn't set up the catch to be easier, and he's debating whether or not he should set up the catch to be easier next turn or have Aedrid just make the pass now. Either way, Aedrid needs to be in a slightly better position.
I mean,
than
if
he's
he
defended in.
moves right onto where the 10 is, and you just chuck the ball. Oh, okay.
that
that's-
spot works okay too.
Oh,
Different
I
pass.
see what he's doing.
He got it. Oh, he's just
Um,
taking it down the middle. Yeah, Edwin, you go.
Go, Edwin, go. Go, Edwin, go. Go, Edwin, go.
Edwin, you
Don't
go.
even take the going for it. Don't even take the going for it. Just go.
Yeah, you don't take the going for it here. You make that move. You try and set up as many. You try and cover David's team as much as possible so that he can't respond to this, and then you make this the one blitz that you need to try and get this better. But
he's gonna take the going. Oh no, he's not. Okay. Oh, actually, that's the perfect spot.
Perfect.
Yes.
That was really
Dylan!
good.
You beautiful boy. He's so good at this.
He's improving so quickly right before my eyes. I feel like I'm raising a child.
Well, because we both straight up said, you do realize, like, if you look at all these teams on paper, you're the one that you're the one that probably.
The one that what? You cut out.
I told him that, like, if you look at all this on paper, Dylan's probably the one that wins this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on paper, despite all the stuff Dark Elves can do, Dylan's got the right team for the job. And now he's really using it. Oh, Killer. She just
huge.
leveled up, Killer. It would be so
Killer,
funny if
please,
she died
please
right
pile
now.
on, please pile on, please pile on. Yes!
Oh my god! If this goes to overtime, I think Dylan wins.
Yeah, I mean, like, you've got one shot at this.
He's got one shot, but if he makes
I mean,
it,
there's
I
a hole
think
in
this
this
is
defense.
just his game.
I mean, there's a hole in this defense still.
Oh yeah, there's definitely
You
like
need to move. Oh wait, no, you don't move that.
no, you don't move that. Because now the thing is, David has no rerolls. And there's a tackle zone covering the two covered players, and the players that need to get in position to make this happen have to make going for it to make it happen. So eventually one of them might
He's gonna
fail.
set up shadow.
Oh yeah.
You're trying to shut this down with a shadow. All right, we got a game on our hands.
We've definitely got a game on our hands.
You just need to blitz this guy.
That's all that David needs to do. But I really want it to fail because I really want to see this go to overtime. And not the overtime that you went to, where it just went all the way and then did the boring thing. It's just a push.
That's not enough!
That's not enough. And
you're gonna push him out of shadow range!
he's out of shadowing range, and there's no more movement left, so he can't use the frenzy. Like, he can't make the frenzy block. All that David can do now is try to make this harder for Dylan.
I don't even think you... Do you even block the Maximilian? I don't think you do. I think you just go for it. You can't block with Maximilian.
Oh.
Please be
Okay.
a knockout. Oh, damn it.
Okay, so
Okay.
I think you have to make this blitz, though. I think you have to take someone to make this blitz so you don't have to worry about the dodge. I think the dodge is harder than the blitz. And it looks like Dylan recognizes that. How much movement is on Edwin? Edwin can make it using the entirety of his movement. You just need to push her. You pushed her. Oh crap.
Sidestep, yeah. That's not... I think this might be over now. This might be over.
I think that's game.
Wait, no, it's not.
Why not?
So it's... I mean, it's not over... I mean, you gotta make two...
Well, no. He has to make, I think, 2 4-ups and a 3-up to get out of this. Or no, you step backwards 1 space and go the other way. It's a little harder, or it's easier rolls to go around that way. He sees it. Oh, he's going.
Shadowing, no!
Oh no!
Yes! Yes!
Oh my god! Oh my god, down to the pitch, down to the pitch, down to the pitch.
Go!
Dylan!
Holy
Oh my
shit!
god! Dylan!
Did it happen?
He scored!
It's tied it up!
Oh!
Everybody always fucking roots against me in every game.
Reaper.
We're
That's
not
true.
Dylan, no,
That is
David,
decidedly not.
we are not rooting against you. We are rooting for a good game of Blood Bowl, and this is a good game of Blood Bowl.
This is a very good game of Blood Bowl. Nobody can deny that.
I hope you know, I was rooting for you in the beginning. The bad luck has fucked Dylan, and I was rooting for this.
This is just a good game of Blood Bowl, and this is
Reaper, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even rooting for me. I'm rooting against Nuffles shoving a rusty carving knife up my ass.
I would also suggest, Reaper, that part of the reason you often feels like people are rooting against you is because of how good you are at the game and how frequently you come out winning.
David, the reason that so many people so often want the other person to do well is because 9 times out of 10 you're already beating them into the dirt. We just want the game to be even again. So it's never against you. It's just for the sake of the game. You're an amazing coach.
Enemy, and that's amazing.
You're playing Dark Elves in and out of game.
Heel.
You are Dark Elves in and out of the game.
You're the heel of the league.
I don't even know if I'd call him the heel. But regardless, we are both enjoying this so much. We're proud of both of you for how well you've been doing. We're gonna head back. I know. We're gonna head back up to the booth. Good luck in overtime. Remember, just a reminder, in overtime, first touchdown wins, and if you get all the way through all of the turns, it is both of you roll a d6, and whoever rolls higher wins. So if you guys push it all the way to the d6 roll, then in my eyes, both of you have won. Frankly, in my eyes, you've both won already. We're gonna head up to the booth. We'll see you guys at the end of the game.
Fair enough.
Naggarond's chosen to get another defense. Oh wait, he's receiving?
Yeah, Dylan got the receive. That's huge. Oh, that's so bad for.
He's got diving catch too. This might actually end up. He might catch this ball.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got a witch elf right there. Yeah, he got it. Nope, he didn't.
No. Okay, he got. So he didn't catch it.
He moved it forward.
He did.
Progress.
Yeah, he made progress. So. This is not out of Reaper's hands by any stretch.
This is not at all, no.
Okay, well, it's harder now, but...
Wrong start.
Yeah. Well done, Dylan.
Well done, Dylan. You
strong opener.
Elf off the pitch.
Okay, now it's down from 7 elves to 6, so...
yeah,
okay.
You cage.
Notably...
You straight cage this.
So, okay. Remember when we were talking about how Dylan plays this like dwarves? He has done, not only did he play it like dwarves that can pass extremely well, but it's paid off so well. He got, the dice are still trying to kill him. He rolled 3 people down on the ground and his KO did not wake up. Reaper only rolled 1, which means all of that damage he's been spending this game doing to Reaper's team has made so much of an impact.
Yeah, this is...
Both of these teams have played really, really well. I don't want to undersell the fact that there have been some absolutely nonsense rolls on both sides, but so far, despite the fact that it's taken Dylan longer to benefit from them, I think they've both ultimately come out with equal amount of nonsense benefits, because we had that really obnoxiously easy touchdown for Reaper, but then we had the 6-die interception for Dylan. So they've both scored off of an unbelievably rare roll. They've both scored off of some nonsense. But they've also both done well just with how they've managed their teams.
I was about to say, they're both playing out of their fucking mind right now. This is tight.
Yeah, I could not imagine... I've had to play with a couple, ridiculous... scenarios. I've never had to play with the dice trying so hard to make both teams do terribly. I have never had to deal with the amount of, insanity that has occurred this game. They're playing so well under the circumstances that have been presented to them.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, he has block and Fear Caller doesn't. You make that.
Yeah.
So...
You've got 2 players that are capable of doing anything now, and one of them needs to make a dodge.
Well, one of them makes a dodge with dodge, which is not too hard for him. The other one...
2 of them do.
Fear Caller doesn't have dodge.
Oh, I was talking about
you're talking about
Death. They both can do things here.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing about Dark Elves. No matter how bad things get for him regarding, players going down and being hurt, the fact that on 9 turns out of 10, a down Dark Elf can be just as impactful as one who's still on his feet is what makes it so easy for him to do something, to still win this game in the scenario that he's been put in. He's already got pressure on the ball. He is down to 6 players, and he has pressure on the ball the first turn.
Yeah, and he removed a player as well, which actually doesn't do anything. He knocked out a player.
I know he knocked down a player, but okay, so now it is 6 versus 9, and that's a very winnable game for him.
This is super. Like, this situation is amazing for.
Yeah.
You need to. Okay, if you're a caller. That doesn't do anything. I feel like
I think he was just trying to force more blocks. Oh, also.
Oh
my god.
Do you take this?
You don't have an apothecary.
Oh, yeah, you don't
he
have an
rolled
apothecary.
the apothecary earlier.
Oh, right.
It's just dead.
Shit. Okay.
Okay.
That actually makes it advantageous for his next game, because that block lineman is super replaceable, and now he's got team value on you.
Wait, was
you
that
needed to blitz that.
Was that alignment?
That was a lineman.
Oh yeah, that's alignment. Okay, yeah, that
was a lineman with block.
Yeah, lineman with blodge is like, well, he had blodge. That was 2 levels sunk into that. So
yeah.
Nuffle has happily chipped down the amount of value on David's team, and now it looks like Dylan's just gonna get a couple more free hits. There's a stun, and that's the catcher actually has a 2-die onto Cadlil, so he doesn't have to risk someone else.
I guess you do. No, you do take that because that's better odds.
Yeah, because you want Aedrid to leave that spot. You want him to be able to walk out of there rather than making rolls for it. I think, yeah, you take that spot just in case. Yep. But there's going to be another stun. This is just Dylan's game at this point.
Yeah, I think this is over.
Yeah. It's gonna take either a tragic misplay or a really bad roll for Dylan to not be able to win this. But I mean, the weird rolls have been coming out all game.
Oh my lord, this is hysterical. He's setting up a 3-die.
Yeah, it looks like it. Good cover.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think you don't attempt anything with the top, because if he
fine.
If he boneheads on this, if he boneheads on this, you're in a bad spot.
I mean,
oh,
that hurts so much. You have a blitz still.
Yeah, he does still have a blitz. He could send Barnabas to blitz somebody, which I would. I think you do that.
I think that's
because
what he's here.
Okay, now granted, Reaper can score with only 2 Dark Elves, so you gotta be careful that you don't try too hard to make things.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
You have. Okay, can you score with 1?
Yeah, because. Oh my god. Is he about
and
to...
now this... Okay, push.
Yeah,
whatever.
Just push him. Honestly, I would have considered the both down because, well, Barnabas has tackle, so actually that's pretty good.
So, and I say this as somebody who has been overly critical of Reaper in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Reaper, like, this end result, is not necessarily Reaper's doing, because Reaper's played out of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And he has set this up very well.
Yeah.
This doesn't do a whole lot, though. You're about to get destroyed.
Yeah. So, what Dylan needs to do here is, A, cover the person with the ball, so if he doesn't knock him down, it's safe. B, use a tackle player for the blitz if you can okay, no you don't. Your closest tackle player needs going for it. You don't want to make going for it right now.
Go.
Alright. He needs to remember to keep the downed elves covered, because when they stand, they run, and when they run, they score, and you don't want that.
Barnabas is about to just destroy.
Yeah, here comes Barnabas. He might get surfed. If he doesn't get knocked down, he's getting surfed.
Yeah, he's getting surfed.
Yeah.
This could be bad.
There's the surf.
This could be really bad.
It could though. If it goes towards Dylan's pitch, then this is
so bad.
No. I think Nuffle has declared a victor.
Run, Barnabas.
Run Barnabas Theodoric.
Go, Barnabas, go.
There's more than one Barnabas on that team.
Oh.
There's Theodoric the lineman, and then there's Hamlin the blitzer, and there might be another one somewhere. I haven't checked.
So, Oh, okay, he's gonna have the blitzer go do this because he's got tackle, so he's gonna lock this. Okay, so
Move that guy one more. Move him to the like one more space.
oh my gosh.
Okay, maybe don't do
Fine.
that. Yeah, because you don't want to lose a player off the pitch. Although he got the stun.
He got the stun, which is what he needed because that was the close player.
Yeah. Because now there's only one elf. This is over.
This is very over.
This is very over. Unless he fails like a million pickups. Oh. Yeah, unless Dylan fails a million pickups, Dylan's going to the finals. This will be his first game in the final, the first time going to the finals for Dylan.
Yeah, I was about to say this has been a hell of a season.
Yeah, Dylan has improved
Bonehead.
so much since last season. Oh, did Bonehead fail? It hasn't showed up yet for me.
Yeah, Bonehead just failed.
Oh.
Yep, move the sure hands guy in. Jekyll just moves closer to the ball, and then I think next turn you can score with sure hands guy, and you've got Jekyll on the ball to keep this locked down.
Mm-hmm. At this point, you just move a lot of players close to the ball so that if you end up failing that pickup, somebody else maybe catches it. Just don't stick anybody close to the side of the field, because if you get really unlucky, the ball goes back to where David needs it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm really proud of Dylan. I want him to go to the finals just because I want to see a different team in the finals than last year. It's not the fact I don't want Reaper in the finals, because I would love to have Reaper in the finals. He's a really good coach, and I want a rematch.
Yeah,
but I have to beat you
Reaper
first.
is an amazing player.
Reaper is so much better at this game than I thought he would be back when we started this whole thing. Like,
oof.
Ooh.
I mean, I think you have to take that though, don't you?
Well, he doesn't have a choice. Nobody has any rerolls. They spent all their rerolls assuming they wouldn't need.
Well, no, I mean, I
when
think you have to
happened.
take the going for it.
All right.
All right, sure hands. Let's go.
I mean, I don't think you take the going for it just because if you go for it, you can.
Is that a going for it?
No, the one that the Andeeth made.
There you go.
And that's game.
That's the game. All right.
And the Cleansing Light Knights are going to the finals. All right. Down to the pitch.
Yeah.
Both of you. I mean it sincerely. Congratulations.
This is fucking horseshit.
You got a 2-turn touchdown off of a blitz and a long kick that got failed on a pickup with somebody who has the pickup skill. Both of you dealt with
that was
out of your mind.
That was one turn. That
Yeah.
was one turn.
That was a one-turn touchdown.
This motherfucker got lucky for literally an entire half.
I would
Okay.
argue you got lucky for the entire first half. I mean, you
Yeah,
played well that first half, but you also got like really good rolls the first half.
I will
Lucky halves.
I will say this much. Simultaneously, Reaper, no one understands where you're at right now better than me.
I agree.
Because,
Yes.
believe you me, that level of fuckery where it seems like the game is out to get you at every point and give you just enough hope to feel like you can pull something out of your hat and then just pull the rug back out from under you again, that exact feeling. I know that.
No, you don't understand. I should have won that game.
Yeah.
I 100% should have won that game.
Yeah. And there are many times where I have fought you, where I have done okay, and I should have at least scored. And I have been robbed that. I don't think you realize the last 2 to 3 times I've played you, I have not even scored.
I had 2 elves on the pitch at the end of the game.
I'm aware. That is,
Yep.
I will admit. I will admit. I have never had that few number of players on the team. But, look, it's...
The moment overtime started and I didn't get the coin toss, the game became...
Once overtime starts and the coin toss happens, whoever got the ball has basically won the game.
Debatably.
Debatably, unless you can do an amazing defensive job.
I was playing good defense.
You were.
You were.
You have never played so well in your and like that. Part of the thing that this happens.
I don't think I've ever seen better plays out of Dylan.
I was about to say Dylan played
played
this so incredibly
very
tight.
well.
I
Yeah,
had the
this
same.
is-
Both played it well. It's
So,
just
I
whatever
mean, like,
fucking
the
roll.
standard sequencing issues came up now and then, but I don't think I've ever seen you play so well in a game, Dylan.
So in
thank you.
Blood Bowl, Blood Bowl is not a game determined by
Skill.
Alone.
Well, not.
Well, not
Not
entirely.
Not alone by skill.
No, it's not alone by skill.
50,
There's a
luck
lot.
is 50.
So
Yeah.
not.
More like 70-30, because you can twist the other 20% to be at least more favorable.
Yeah. So one of the things is that in Blood Bowl is that when Blood Bowl is not a game of solitaire that is determined by how you play the game. There are two other things going on here. There is how your dice, which happens, but you can manipulate that, which goes into the other part, which is your opponent and how your opponent plays and what they do.
Yeah.
Dylan, I
This
have to
was-
ask you a question real quick.
What?
How the fuck do you play Hearthstone on your phone? This is intolerable.
Can I point something out here?
Sure.
There was literally a moment in that game. It was a kickoff, by the way. I think this was after his first touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I was missing 8 elves.
You had
After
4
his
injuries,
first
and the dice
touchdown.
were... We talked about that late in the game, so... Yeah, you had 8 elves missing. 4 of those were from the dice, but also 4 of them were because Dylan was playing dwarves, which is what he needed to do. There was a point later in the game where, like, Dylan was regularly losing 2 and 3 people because of this, but because he didn't let himself... Well, I'm not going to say let himself get hurt. Because his team was built to not get hurt over time, he was able to do something about it by hurting you as much
My
as he
team
could.
has the same armor that his does.
Block.
And Reaper to empathize
Block is
losing.
Block.
Huge.
And to
Yeah.
Reaper to empathize losing an enormous amount of players in a single kickoff. I would like to direct you to the game I played against Ben, where a riot or like a storm the pitch happened, and he lost no players in that, and 5 of mine were stunned.
Yeah, that happened.
Shout out
that
to
did in fact happen.
in season 1 where literally all of his players were injured or dead.
Oh, Sports' game against, back when Levi used to play with us? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had no players.
Yeah, you had
I
actual
had
players.
to skip the game because I had no players, and I was like, I got this.
Alright, we're gonna continue this conversation, outside of the broadcast, but thank you guys for watching. The next game we have will be Followers of Sylvanas versus Mean Girls. So, we will do that broadcast, and that one will be up on Sunday, as planned. And if it's not, I'm going to kick a goat. So,
A goat specifically.
I don't know why a goat. But anyway,
Goat
thank you all.
Simulator tells us.
Thank
That's
you,
a badass.
thank you guys all for watching. Cleansing Light Knights will be making their first finals appearance in 2 weeks, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching. This has been Sunday Night Blood Bowl.
Take it easy.
Thanks for watching.